talk to us. Can you give us a sign of your presence? And welcome to Let's Talk Ghost. I'm your host, Steve.
I'm Dan.
And I'm Will.
And it is May 11th, 2014.
Nope, today's May 18th.
What's that?
May 18th.
No, it's the 11th. No, it's the 18th. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong day on my calendar.
That's all right.
Wow.
You'll straighten me out. Hey, why does this sound funny? I know.
don't
My
know.
volume's all the way up. There, that's better.
Wow.
Hi, everybody out in YouTube land. We had a really, really nice weekend a week or so ago.
Yeah.
We went to Lake George, and we spent the Friday night and all day Saturday at Lake George at Fort William Henry at ParaHistoryCon 2, put on by the Glory Haunt Hounds.
We sure did.
It was,
Yep.
and we had a really good time.
It was
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Got to meet a lot of people.
We were. I behaved myself sort of, but I still got more. I got into the spirits Friday night probably a little more than I needed to.
Yeah.
Again,
I think everyone did.
Yeah. That happens when you get up there, you know.
we had kind of a funny thing happen at our room.
Yes, we did.
We had an empty beer box, and we were in the process of kicking field goals with it when we heard women out in the hallway, and I think Dan, you yelled, "Hey, we got beer!"
Yeah, I did. I was like, yeah, we have beer in here.
And all of a
Something
sudden,
like that.
there's two women standing at our door, and one of them was Amy Allen from
The Dead Files.
the Dead Files,
Yeah.
looking at wondering what we're doing.
Yeah.
I went out, talked to her, and introduced myself to her. She was really nice.
Yep.
She was. I think she had a glass of wine in her hand.
Yeah. Her and her friend had drinks in their hands.
Yeah, they looked like they were having fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
They were probably kind of wandering back because it was getting towards the end of the VIP party. So
right now, we did not go to the VIP party.
not until later.
Because we are cheapskates.
Yeah.
And we decided to crash. John Tobin said we could crash it later.
Yeah.
So we went down later and crashed it.
Well, because it ended at 12. We went down around 11:30,
and
11:45.
just kind of walked in.
Yeah.
Like
Well, at that point,
we walked in like we owned the place.
Yeah, well, at that point, they weren't really checking in.
No.
or-
So, anyways, we get in there, and there's a bunch of guys. So I got to have a pretty good conversation with Joe Chen.
Yeah, he was still there.
He was still there. He's actually really approachable down there. He was just
Oh, yeah.
he was walking around looking for somebody to talk to. And
Right.
so we got to talk to him quite a bit. I got to see Mike Shabrasi again. I always blast his name.
Yeah.
Shabrasi.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my God, he's gonna hate me. Got to see him. It's the first time we've seen him from last year. He remembered us. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah, he is.
We got another interview from him. We got to see John Tobin again. We got to see Brian Cano, and who else was down there? There was a few other people wandering around down
Yeah,
there.
a couple other.
Mike from Oddities.
Yeah, he was down there. We had a good time.
Yeah, he walked by, and I actually went, "Hey, Mike."
Yeah.
And he was really cool. We were going to call Dan over, but we were cramping Dan's styles.
Yes, yeah. Me and Will are standing there. We go over to talk to Dan, and Dan says, "You guys need to walk away. You're cramping my style."
I was a little buzzed.
Yeah. And then, well, of course, as I was, when these guys took everything up to the room, I had to go out and park the car. So as I was getting on I pushed the elevator to go up, and as the door opens, out walks Steve. How do you say?
Deshavi.
From
Dead Files.
From the Dead Files off the elevator.
Yeah.
He walked by me so quick I didn't have a chance to even say anything to him. But we did get an interview with him.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really nice guy.
Yep.
We unfortunately, and I'm going to apologize to all of our fans out there.
And to the people we interviewed.
And to the people we interviewed. We interviewed Amy Allen. It was a great interview. We interviewed Brian Cano, and that was an awesome interview. unfortunately, Windows 8 strikes again. Without us knowing it, it changed the setting on our recording system.
Yeah, it
without
was
any reason. It just changed the setting.
We did a sound check. The sound check
everything
worked.
was working fine, and then Windows 8 rears its ugly head and says, "Hey, I'm going to really screw with these guys."
Well, and what it did is it switched from taking the sound from our soundboard to taking the sound from the onboard microphone on the computer.
Yeah.
So instead of hearing the interviews, all we heard was noise from
just
the room.
a lot of loud noise and gibberish.
Yeah.
So we really apologize. There were 2 really good interviews. But you know what? When you do this for long enough, this stuff's going to happen.
Yep.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
I caught it after like 4 interviews because the problem was it was recording sound, so it looked like it was working, but it wasn't recording the right sound.
We learned what to look for.
Yeah.
When Windows 8 tries to play with us.
Right.
Yep.
This is the second time Windows 8 has screwed us out of some...
Oh, yeah, we lost an entire show using Windows 8.
Because of Windows 8. Yeah. I hate Windows 8 with a passion. I want the world to know it. Okay, now, what we're going to do tonight is we're going to play some of the interviews we have.
Yeah, we should probably get right into that.
Why don't we jump into that? Did you have anything else you wanted to add, Will?
Nope.
Okay. Not very talkative tonight, Will?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I just want to get to the interviews. I'm excited.
All right. Who do we got first, Dan?
First, I guess we'll do Ben Hansen.
Alrighty, that was he was. Let me just.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ben was sitting in a different room. I kind of felt bad for the guy, but maybe he wanted. I don't know. But it was like the first thing I said to him was, "Who did you tick off?" Because he's like off in this other room by himself, and. But anyways, he's a pretty nice guy. I had a good interview with him.
Awesome guy. I talked to him. Really good.
Go ahead, Dan. With us today is Ben Hansen of the Sci-Fi Channel's Fact or Faked. How are you doing, Ben?
Good. How are you guys?
Oh, not bad. How's your day going?
It's good. It's good. It's beautiful up here. I've never been to this part of upstate New York.
Now, where are you from?
Originally from Utah, but I live in Southern California, Huntington Beach.
Okay, Southern California boy. Huh? What are you doing here? A friend of mine just went out there for vacation. He came back to New York and said, "What the hell am I living out here for?"
Yeah, lovely weather and everything, and I don't miss the cold winters. That's for sure.
Not really. Now, I guess just a couple quick questions. I was going to ask you, about the show. Now, are you a skeptic, or are you kind of on the fence when it comes to the paranormal?
Well, I mean, it's kind of an interesting thing when people say skeptic or believer. They treat it like this label, this dichotomy, only one or the other. And
right.
I think everyone should be skeptical.
Absolutely. I mean, that's kind of the way I call myself a skeptical believer.
Yeah.
I kind of have to see it with my own eyes to believe something.
And it's unfortunate that the skeptic, though, that term has come to mean somebody who doesn't allow for explanations of the unknown. And so if something comes up, they say it can't happen because it can't be so. It's not happening because it can't. Right. It can't happen, which is just as wrong.
Right. I believe there are bad skeptics because they just want to say, well, he got an EVP, but it was just a radio station. That's the end of the story.
Yeah.
They can just automatically dismiss anything without actually being there.
Not even reading something. If someone makes a claim and that person hasn't read the person's account, they don't know anything about the background or history of the phenomena, you can't have an opinion. I always tell people, if it's worth having an opinion, it's worth checking the facts, and that works on both sides.
Oh, absolutely.
It really annoys me when people come out and have this very what appears to be an informed opinion, but they haven't done their research at all.
Right. Now, this sounds like an FBI agent talking.
Well,
just a little bit?
You do have to be objective, whether it's a criminal case or investigating things that really seem to have no explanation. You have to be objective.
Right. That's true. Now, do you still stay in contact with the cast of Fact or Fake?
I talk with Austin pretty regularly. He's developing some new shows he's trying to sell. Jael, I believe, is kind of dabbling in acting.
Oh, okay.
Something she wanted to pursue. Devin got married a couple days ago.
Oh, really?
Yep. He got his EMT license and is pursuing becoming a firefighter and going that route.
Wow.
Yeah, very interesting departure.
Yeah, that really.
Bill's still doing a lot of events. I run into him every couple of months or so. He's got a really cool program with lucid dreaming and a software that you can put on your phone with a headband. So while you're sleeping, it transmits data to tell you when you're in a lucid dreaming state. And we share a real common interest in that type of subject. And Lanisha is getting married and at her art gallery doing stuff. So yeah, we're staying busy.
Oh, cool. Now, what was your favorite Factor faked mission or show that you did?
Well, there's a lot of them, for different reasons. Some of them
I
were
love
just,
the show. That's one of my favorite shows. I love that show. Of course, Jael in a bikini wasn't too bad either. You lucky son of a...
Yeah. She's a cutie. No, a few things, like some of them were my favorite because, like, for example, Tombstone or Battleship North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Because they're very, very active locations for me, and a lot of things were happening. But, I also really like historic cases like the UFO Rex Heflin case or Battle of Los Angeles that we did, because I feel like we were able to add something to a conversation that has been rehashed for many decades, and no one thought anything new could come out of it.
Right.
It was fun.
Now, did you guys have when you watch the show, you guys would come up with all these ideas and how to try, because basically you tried to debunk a story. And did the show help you with that, or were you guys actually coming up with a lot of these?
Well, first of all, I kind of have an aversion to the word debunk too, because that's not what we set out to do by any means. It's more like verifying. I like to think we verify and let the chips fall where they may. But to answer your question, of course we had a lot of help. There's no way.
But you guys came up with some pretty crazy
Back
ideas.
to back, as much as we film, there's no way that we could be filming in the field on one and prepping experiments and stuff for the next. So if we're building an alien, we need to bring in some people from Hollywood special effects, to help us do that. But they basically would, help bring us materials, talk to us about their ideas, and then we put it together.
Well, I can tell you guys had a pretty good budget because you had some pretty fun-looking toys.
Yeah, we do.
That must have been fun. Now, do you have any funny stories from the show?
Funny stories.
I'm putting you on the line.
You see one show in Kentucky where Lanisha was pretty new to the team, and we were in a morgue, and they had in Halloween they set up sort of like a lot of these do is on an attraction, and there was this sort of a mannequin thing that was like a boy that was crouched over and hugging his knees, and it kind of spooks you when you turn around the corner the first time and see it, but then you get used to it. Well, we removed it and replaced it with Devin. And we were getting towards the end of the night. Not a whole lot was happening, and so the crew called Lanisha, and we got Devin to call her on the radio. Lanisha, you got to come over here. Meters are going crazy. The alarm went off, and so she goes over there. It's pitch dark. Comes around the corner, and she just totally passes Devin, like crouched up, and as soon as she passes, he just comes alive. He's like, "Rah!" I did the same thing to Chilan when I was wearing a ghillie suit in a swamp, and was just crouched there. She didn't see me. So every chance we got, we would try to scare each other.
Well, you probably get comfortable with each other, and it just makes it.
Or we just annoy each other and do something to keep each other on our toes.
So, what are you up to now?
I have a new show that I'm helping, kind of a research consulting producer, but also on camera is kind of a talking head expert. It's a UFO documentary. It'll be on Smithsonian Channel here in the U.S. and History Canada. So I think don't have an air date, but it's going to be probably sometime around October.
Okay, you're going to be on the show then.
Yeah, I'll be on a few episodes on camera, and it's a whole lot of fun.
Now, do you enjoy doing the TV?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it looks like it's probably a lot of fun.
I like that far more. People, say, well, when did you get into acting? And I'm like, I've never been into acting. I've dabbled in it, but I'm a horrible actor. So I enjoy being me, and that's why I like hosting.
Right. Now, do you still do anything with law enforcement at all, or are you pretty much out of law enforcement?
Not in an official capacity, no.
Okay.
I left the door open to go back. I was going to work with a county sheriff for a while. My schedules and things got too busy. So yeah, it's always an option to go back into that because I think it's a very worthwhile cause.
Yeah, I was a deputy sheriff a long time ago.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Okay.
The money was just so horribly bad that you couldn't raise a family on it. And,
it depends on what state you're in.
Yeah, it was New York, but it was a county upstate. The pay was horrible.
Yeah.
And it was just, and I had kids to feed, especially the ones that get that big.
Yeah. Well, I always admire people who in the public service because I know what it's like, and I know, that you're pretty much always the bad guy. Very few times do people actually thank you for doing something.
And you're always dealing with the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
And that kind of gets to you after a while, too. You get a real bad outlook on life.
Always lied to.
No,
but then you come home and you got your relationships to deal with, and you sort of feel like they're not being truthful to you, too.
This is true.
Yeah.
But I get to carry a gun.
Yeah.
Hey, I'd like to thanks for the interview.
Welcome.
And enjoy the rest of the day.
All right, you too.
You didn't look like you were too busy back there. I was waiting for you to come back, walk by and see you sleeping there.
Oh, no. Just hard at work trying to get ready for the next event and night vision stuff I got to do online. So.
Oh, okay. Hey, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Okay, we'll see you later.
Thank you.
And that was Ben Hansen. That was a fun interview I had with him.
Yeah. That's
And,
one of our longer interviews, actually our longest, but yeah.
Yeah, I was being a little chatty Cathy with him.
Yeah, you were.
And I had asked, of course I did mention Jael in a bikini.
Yeah.
I had to.
You had
She's
to.
a pretty girl. I had to say he was lucky to work with her.
Yeah.
Now who do we got next?
Okay, we can go right into John Tobin if you want. The guy that put on the...
Oh, John Tobin, sure.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Okay.
And with us today is the incomparable John Tobin. At this point of the day, I don't even know what the word incomparable means, but it sounded good, so thank you.
I think it's good.
Thank you, I guess.
So how's the show going?
Oh, so far so good. Everybody seems to be having a good time. I'm losing my voice. It's still yesterday, right?
Yeah, I think
yes. I haven't crossed over into today yet, so tomorrow ask me how yesterday was, and I'll tell you how today is.
Well, all I know is I don't think anybody in that motel was feeling any pain by midnight.
No, not at all, including me and everybody in this room, I think, pretty much.
We crashed it at about 11:30, and I think Joe Chin was the only guy that was sober.
Yeah, and I don't even know how sober Joe Chin was, to be honest with you.
Well, he claims he doesn't drink.
He claims he doesn't drink, but I think he may have had 1 or 2 or 6.
Or 6, yeah. So the the conference is going good.
The conference is going really good. The lectures are going well. People seem to be having a good time.
Great.
The vendor hall has been pretty active. You guys have a lot of foot traffic in between the talks and stuff. So,
been a nice crowd.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I think people are having a really good time.
Now, are we planning on coming back next year?
It may be back next year, but we will not be doing it next year, only because we're actually getting out of the event business in general.
Okay.
So stepping back out of the paranormal event business and kind of getting involved in our personal lives a little bit more. But who knows? Someone may step up and want to, it's been successful, so they might want to come and do it. So
Absolutely.
We never know. You never know.
Yeah, we're a little too far away.
Yeah.
Now, the Glory Hounds are still going to be around.
Actually, we're stopping the event, so we won't really be around. We'll be around kind of in a more private manner, so we'll just do our stuff when not any of the public events like we've been doing. But we'll still be friends and hanging out and doing investigations, just not on a public level,
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it'll be that. And I'm taking back my lectures. I've been touring. I just got back a couple months ago. I was in Ireland. I've been to Alaska, and I've toured everywhere lecturing, and I'm stopping to do that, too. And just got to get back to real life for a little while and kind of calm down a little bit.
Can we talk about the movie?
Sure.
Let's hear about the movie you were in.
All right.
You were involved with, right?
I am involved in it.
Are you in it? You were in it.
I'm in a movie called A Grim Becoming from
Okay.
Deftone Picture Studios, who are the guys who are here today, Mike Sherbasi, and Deftone Pictures. I play a guy named William Stanford, and the movie comes out July 26th, world premiere in the theaters in Buffalo. And then the other movie I was in was Surviving Evidence, which was Krista Cesare and Mara Catria's movie that will be re-released sometime later this year as well.
Awesome.
And in that movie I played myself, so that was the hardest role I've ever had to play. You want me to be who? John Tobin? Who? What? But I'm really excited for both of those. But Grim Becoming, I've been waiting for that for a long time. It's going to be it's hysterical and scary at the same time. It's one of these rare ones that really hits it on the head. It's going to be a great film.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, Bill Oberst Jr. is in it, and Jessica Cameron, and just a wonderful cast of awesome talented people.
When this comes out, where can we get the movie if we want to buy it?
If you want to buy it, eventually they're working on the distribution deal now, but I imagine after it plays a small theater run, it will be out available probably for DVD by the end of the year, I'm guessing. And you'll be able to buy it in places like Walmart and Amazon, Best, all that stuff. Yep.
Cool. Okay, hey, thanks, John.
Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your time here at Periscope too.
Okay. And that was, like I said, the incomparable John Tobin.
The incomparable.
Yes. John's a really super guy.
He is.
He's a really good guy. He's a hard worker, man.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody work as hard as he does. He put in, and it's really sad. He's not going to be doing this anymore.
I know.
He said he wants to get out of the event business, and he's going to just start doing private stuff.
Yeah.
I hope someone can take it over because it's really a good event.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
and I can't blame him because it's a lot of work.
It is.
And it sounds like he wants to work on his acting career a little bit.
Maybe he wants to work on his acting career a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Because he's getting involved with Deftone Pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been in a couple of their movies, 2 or 3 of them now.
I can't believe we met Mike there. And I'm surprised he didn't see me and just automatically want to put me in a movie, like as a leading male role.
I told you should have told him about your movie idea.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now, who do we have next? Do we want to do you got another one? Yeah, we got time to do another one.
Yeah, want to do, how about Marty from the Ghost Hunter store?
Yeah, we'll do Marty. And with me now is Marty. She is the manager of the Ghost Hunter store.
How you doing?
How you doing, Marty?
Good. Yourself?
Welcome to Let's Talk Ghost. No, we're doing great. We're having fun. Having fun today?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a nice event.
Yeah.
Now, were you guys here last year?
We weren't here now.
No?
No.
It's a nice event.
It is.
Tell us a little bit about your store.
We sell everything from ghost hunting equipment. We have metaphysical equipment and religious.
Now, I'm trying to think. On your web, you also have classes, right? You teach.
We do. We do classes.
Teach some classes.
We do ghost hunting classes.
That's awesome.
We do. Dave does demonology classes, and I do the metaphysical classes, Reiki and mediumship and stuff like that.
Now, I don't understand. What is Reiki?
Reiki is universal life force energy. It's the energy that we all have around us, and it's just helping manipulate it around the body to make it work and move and help the body function easier.
I could use some of that today. After last night, I could use some Reiki.
Yeah. We'd have to pull some of that energy off.
Yes. Put it somewhere. I don't know where it is. But, so now you're also a part of a paranormal investigation group?
Yes, I'm an assistant director for South Jersey Ghost Research.
Cool. Now, do you guys do a lot of investigations?
We do. We probably do about 100 to 150 private clients a year.
Wow, you guys are busy.
Yes,
That's a lot.
Yeah, we do.
That's a lot of evidence reviewing.
Well, we have 2 teams. We have one that does the Casper cases, so to speak.
Right.
And then we have a team inside the team that does the darker and the heavier cases.
Okay. Now, who gets stuck doing all the evidence reviewing?
We kind of share it.
Yeah, 'cause that's the worst part.
We spread it out. Yeah.
It's the best part when you find something.
Yeah, I've sat and done 16 hours of video and audio, and
Until your eyes start crossing.
Yes. I usually get my daughter to sit and watch 2 screens while I watch 2 screens to help out.
You know what? You're the one to ask this simple question. You watch the TV shows, and on their DVRs, you see like when something moves, a little box will go around it.
Right.
What is that?
There are some of the bullet cameras that are made to pick up motion, and that's what it's doing. It's picking
That's actually in the camera itself?
in the camera itself. Yes.
Oh, so you can hook that camera to any DVR system, and that'll do that?
Absolutely, yes.
Do you sell those cameras?
We do have them, yeah.
Oh, cool. Man, I'll have to go online and check that out, because we've been wondering about that. That's kind of a neat idea.
It actually comes in a box, full spectrum camera, so that you can see in the full spectrum light, and it'll give you that motion where that motion is.
That's awesome, because we look at that and think that's a kind of a nice idea, especially when you're reviewing. If something moves, It's going to indicate it.
Yeah, kind of give you that heads up that
something's happening.
As you're
right
falling
now,
asleep, you can still see that box.
Now, can you turn the box off?
When you edit it, you can. Yes, you can take it out.
Oh, okay, that's awesome. We'll have to check that out. We were trying to figure out how that worked. We thought maybe you had to buy a DVR system that had that built in.
No, a lot of the DVRs are set up to pick up motion.
Right.
So they'll just turn on and off when there is motion. But this camera itself actually does that, so it shows you where the motion is.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things we try to do on our show is talk about some of the newer equipment, but that was one thing of equipment we just could not get any information on. We were trying to figure out how that worked.
Oh, yeah, we saw
and nobody seemed to know it, but it's a camera.
Yes.
It's a camera. That's cool to know. Mm-hmm. Now we got something else to buy.
We have discounts.
Oh, all right. And, hey, thanks for coming on. Now, tell our fans how they can get to your store.
At theghosthunterstore.com.
Awesome.
They can reach us at 609-239-2626. We're in the store 6 days a week. We're off on Tuesdays, but usually there the other 6 days of the week.
Now your store's down in New Jersey, you said?
We're in Burlington, New Jersey, yes.
Awesome. So you have a brick and mortar store, you're not just an internet store?
No, we've had a brick and mortar store for about 5 years now.
That's awesome.
We were in an internet store for about 15 years before that.
I think we bought a camera from them, right? We bought a full spectrum handy cam from them.
Very cool. How's it working?
Good. Works great. Okay, hey, thanks, Marty.
Thank you.
And it's been fun. So have a good day.
Thank you very much.
And that was Marty from the Ghost Hunter store down in New Jersey.
Yes, it was.
They have a lot of nice equipment you can buy.
Yes, they do. Yep.
Yeah, they're a nice store.
Yeah, they had quite an array.
Yeah.
And
I bought an elf meter from them. It was only $10.
Yeah.
I don't think they're expensive anyways.
Yeah, the one you bought, that was actually the first one we ever used.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't have one, so I said, what's $10?
Yep.
Yeah.
$10 here, $10 there.
Yeah, whatever.
Hey, we're about halfway through the show, Dan. Do you got a song for us?
Yes, I do. I have Baker with Indian River, and you can check them out on our featured artist page.
All right.
We rode
Doc, what's wrong with our friend?
I'm not sure. Ever since he's listened to Let's Talk Ghosts on Sunday night from 8 till 9 on DTMWickedRadio.com, he's been like this. I think he's become a fan.
Hey, this is Mike Zone from Obscura Antiques and Oddities, and you're listening to Let's Talk Ghost.
And that was Baker with Indian River, and you can check them out on our featured artist page.
Awesome sauce.
Awesome sauce. Hey,
Yes,
my twin
that-
sister says the same thing.
Yeah.
That was awesome sauce.
Hey, we are back.
Sure.
And before we get into any more interviews,
Having trouble talking over there?
yeah, I got these new lips the other day.
Yeah?
Still breaking them in.
Okay.
And you know what time it is, Dan?
It's time for
What the heck does that mean? Well,
Yes.
what word do you got for us today?
The word I have is anthropology.
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 That is simple.
Want me to spell it for you?
Nope, I know the answer.
Okay.
It's when your aunt, when you do something really stupid at your aunt's house, and she apologizes
No.
for you. Because
Anthropology.
aunt apology. Your aunt apologizes. It's an apology from your aunt.
No.
What else could it be?
That sounded good, though.
Does sound good. Would you like me to spell it? Just see.
Oh,
Sure.
go ahead.
A-N-T. Because if it was apology from your aunt, it'd be A-U-N-T.
Well, this could be an apology from a ant.
The insect.
Insect.
A-N-T-A-P-O-L-O-G-Y.
Okay. Anthropology.
Yes. Any ideas?
I think it's something. Ology. It has to be a science. It's a science. It's a. You're laughing. It's a science of. Because anything with an ology has got to be a science of
Yeah.
something. So I'm going to say it's a science of black holes.
Not even close.
Anthropology is the study of human remains.
No, you guys are not even.
No?
Use it in a sentence, please.
This week's word is
Yeah, this week's word is anthropology.
Yeah. I can use it in a sentence. I have no idea what anthropology means.
Yeah, I'm kind of slow right now. I'm a little tired. I've had a lot of stuff going on at school. I don't know. It's a word.
It's a
It's a word.
It's anthropology is a word.
Yes.
Does it have something to do with the science? With
No,
science?
nothing to do with science.
Does it have
Really?
anything? Does it have anything to do with human body?
No,
Does it have anything to do with animals?
no.
Does it have anything to do with rocks?
You were closer on your first guess.
What was my first guess? Your aunt, my aunt.
Yeah. Well,
An apology for my aunt.
yeah. You're actually getting close on that one.
Okay.
is
Apology.
it your genealogy?
No.
Okay. I give up.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is a reply to an apology, good or bad.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
It's a reply to an apology.
Yes. An anthropology is a reply to an apology.
So I was close.
Yes.
Right out of the gate.
Yeah, you were.
Awesome.
Sauce.
It's like an awesome sauce.
Yes.
So,
So,
we have more interviews.
yes, we
Who
do.
do we have next?
We have Mary Lou Traskirton.
And we have interviewed her before. She is an author,
Yes.
and I believe she lives up in Oneonta, New York.
Yeah, she's from Oneonta.
And she has written another book.
Very sweet person.
And very nice lady.
Yeah.
I loved her glasses.
Yeah, she had pretty funky glasses.
Well, they were red. She was looking through rose-colored glasses. I don't know if that's good or bad.
I don't know.
Okay, go ahead. Player.
Okay, and with us now is Mary Lou Traskirton. She's an author of a new book called Reincarnation, One Woman Exploration of Her
Past lives.
Past Life. I realize my writing is terrible. Did I get most of it right?
You did good.
All right.
Thumbs up.
Now, we interviewed you last year.
Yes, you did.
Yes, and we had fun.
We had a lot of fun.
So, tell us about your new book.
Well, it's about reincarnation. No, it's it's about my past lives that I became aware of when I was 3 months old. I
Yep.
became aware of the fact that I was here before in another times and places and different bodies, And when I was in my 30s, I was regressed backward, actually hypnotized backward to 10 more lives that I had lived.
Wow.
So I've been here a long time, and I'm enjoying every minute of it, I guess.
I guess so. I'm kind of a believer in reincarnation.
That's good.
I think, I've had some my own personal theories about souls and stuff, how there's like maybe possibly only so many of them out there, and they got to be reused.
There you go.
Yeah,
Plus, I don't think
recycle. It's like recycling.
It is a giant recycling bin. That's what heaven is. So
that's right.
There
you
you
just
go.
recycle them and put them back in.
And put them with the same people.
We're like a hard drive. They wipe them clean.
That's true. And start all over again.
Start all over again. Why not, right?
Well, I love it. And it explains a lot to me. It explains how we can't get. I truly, when I was younger, believed that we couldn't get everything right in one lifetime. We really couldn't. There's a lot of lessons to learn, and there's just not enough time in one lifetime to do all that. So.
Now, do you believe that deja vu has something to do with past lives?
Yes, I do. Deja vu is that feeling that you've been somewhere, seen somebody.
Right.
Yeah, before, but I had that ever since I was little. So.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, it is.
And so what's any other books on the horizon?
Yep, next April will be released Home to Heaven, which is, again, about not my past lives, my visits to heaven, my near-death experience, but we also elaborate.
We both shared.
Yeah, we've shared that, the beautiful meadow and all that, where people seem to just kind of bounce into.
Yeah, that's where I bounced into. Then they yanked me back out because they used the paddles on me.
Well, that's what happened to me, but I didn't have any paddles. I just got yanked out by my angel who told me I can't stay.
Well, they threw about 60,000 volts into my chest and yanked me out.
That will yank you away from heaven, definitely. But we're glad you're back.
Me too for now.
Like I said last time, or else we'd be having one of those seance things.
Yeah, that's true. We'd be it'd be a different type of conversation.
A different type of radio program, too.
Yeah, it would be. That'd be something.
Well, there you go.
Well, hey, thank you for coming on our show
thank
again.
you.
It was a pleasure seeing you again.
And it's wonderful to be here again.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
And that was Mary Lou Traskirton. Nice lady.
Yeah, she is.
She's busy. She writes a lot of books. Now, who did you have next?
Jay Wasley.
Jay Wasley?
Yeah.
Now, I believe this is an interview by our co-host, Will.
It sure is.
I interviewed
the
Jay.
Tascam, you went in there, and these guys were way back there by themselves, and they really couldn't leave their tables.
Yeah, he was in the room with Ben Hansen.
Right. They were like being cast out or something.
But he's another Ghost Adventures family member.
Oh, yes.
Actually, he's with them, so.
He's actually on their show.
Yeah, he's their audio tech, audio visual, but he does more audio.
Right. And of course, you're a huge fan of GAC.
Yep.
And so we gave Will the privilege of interviewing him.
Yep. I hope I did it justice.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Or you're fired.
Okay.
Like, as in the words of the great Donald Trump. You're fired. Yeah. No.
All right.
All right. Can I play the interview?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Will, and I'm here with Jay Wasley, correct?
Yeah.
You're the audio tech or video tech for...
More audio tech, but audio visual tech as well.
For Ghost Adventures. So, how's it going today?
It's going great. Can't complain about being at Lake George. It's beautiful and good people and having a good time.
So, you're part of Ghost Adventures with Zach, Aaron, and Nick.
Yeah.
How do you like doing that?
It's great. They're like brothers to me. We've been on the road together I've been on them with almost 5 years now, so it's like a family. We get to go away together, we get to work together, film together. I couldn't ask for anything better.
How much time on the road do you actually spend with them?
We shoot an episode every other week, and we don't. Some shows will shoot, for a couple months at a time and then be down. We're going all year long, so it's pretty much every other week we're on the road. And then even when we're off the road, we communicate, we text each other, we randomly talk. So we're always, in communication. We're always, talking about the next shoot, new technologies, things like that. So, it's a constant, it's definitely a lifestyle now. It's not just simply a job or anything like that.
Right. So what do you do when you're not with them?
When I'm not on the road with Ghost Adventures, I have my own film production company called Sunhouse Films that I started with my wife, who actually does the behind-the-scenes photography for Ghost Adventures. And so we do our own feature films, short films. Sometimes I'll crew out to other TV shows randomly that need somebody a day or two. And then I also have a recording studio, so I do post-production, sound work for films, things like that, and also create some of my own music.
So that's interesting. Did you go to film school as well?
No, I never actually did. Coming right out of high school, kind of didn't know what I wanted to do. I was interested in film, but I always played in bands, so I kind of taught myself how to record even in middle school when I first started playing guitar, and had a little 4-track recorder, and kind of learned, basically trial and error how to record properly. And so I kind of did that, and out of high school, I actually started doing freelance work whenever I could. Mostly working for free, operating a camera or recording some sound on very independent weekend type projects. And then my friend and I, he started up a pyrotechnic company. So we started doing that, and that was kind of my main job. And then I took what we were making and I actually converted it into called squibs that they use in special effects for when people get shot in movies and the blood sprays out. So I started doing that stuff, and kind of that got my foot in the door into with definitely more professional film level. And then left that industry just because it was not enough for me really. But by doing that, I got to meet people, and they're like, oh, you can operate a camera, you can do sound. So then I started doing more camera work, more sound work, more on a professional level, and been doing that. I kind of took the jump into working professionally in 2001. And then, eventually I got a call one day to come work on Ghost Adventures, and been on that project ever since.
So did you grow up with Nick and Zach? Did you know them beforehand, before you got the call?
No, I didn't actually. I never really, honestly, I kind of knew of the show, but I never really watched too much TV because honestly, I was working a lot and always traveling and kind of busy doing my own thing. I never really was up to date, I guess, on the shows. And then they used to always hire a local sound guy wherever they would go to. And sometimes you're in the middle of nowhere, like they would have issues sometimes with the sound recordings. So in the 4th season, they decided that they wanted to bring somebody on full time to actually travel with the show and be their full-time sound guy. And my name was the first one recommended to them, and they said I got a call one day, and I was doing a show for Discovery Channel at the time, and got a call and said, can you come out to Vegas to do a shoot? And went out, and went well, and then they invited me back 2 weeks later for the next one, went well, and then kept going from there. And like I said, over time and spending so much time, you became good friends, and you start sharing ideas and throwing different ideas and possibilities around. And then I guess about season 6, they were like, oh yeah, that's a cool idea, why don't you come on camera and do that for us? And so they started incorporating me a little bit more on specific experiments and things around season 6. And then I guess as more and more went on, and the show's kind of evolved, and in the ability to get the most evidence possible, we kind of developed the Nerve Center and kind of grew into that now full-time on every episode.
All right. Is there anything you can talk about, like big stuff coming up on the next season of Ghost Adventures?
It's honestly, I can't say too much. One, because I don't know. We're pretty close. We definitely, season 9 is airing right now, and we're actually still filming season 9. So we're finishing up that soon, and then we're going to be starting them right away. No break, no downtime. We're going right into season 10. So I only know really, honestly, a couple episodes ahead, and they're all pretty amazing. This whole season, just amazing locations. We have a couple pretty iconic locations that surprisingly we haven't done since now, but we get to go into, so I'm excited to see how they turn out, and I think the fans will be happy. And we have a new series we're doing called Aftershocks, which we kind of revisit with people, or we have them come out to us, and Zach sits down with them one-on-one and talks to them about what's been going on since we left. And it's pretty amazing, and learning a lot of new information, which is really cool.
All right, great. Well, thank you for talking to us today. I really appreciate it.
And we're back, and that was Jay Wasley of Ghost
Adventures.
Ghost Adventures.
You forgot what show he was on, didn't you?
I knew what show he was on. I wanted to say GAC, but it's Ghost Adventures Crew. Oh, no, GAC is
just Ghost Adventures is the
show. Which is on, I think, Friday nights.
It is on Sunday nights now.
Oh, it's on
or Saturday nights.
Oh, Saturday night. Well, it's on so much you watch it. About every time you flip the channel, they're on. They play a lot of reruns of that show. It's a very popular show.
Well, it's one of the more popular shows on the Travel Channel,
yes,
probably.
It is. Now, who do we got next, Dan?
Next, we have Mike Shabrasi.
We got good old Mike.
Yeah, the guy you can't say his last name.
Shabasi.
Yeah, there you go. That's pretty good.
I can say his name.
Pretty good.
From Deftone Pictures.
You got Mike is a great guy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this guy. I tell you, if I ever was in the movies, I'm hoping he's the one that would be my boss.
Yeah, he's a funny guy.
Oh yeah, he's just a really nice guy.
All right, so
go ahead and play his interview.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, and here we are with Mike Shabrasi.
Oh, Mike, perfect.
I did it, didn't I?
You did it.
Yeah. How's it going?
It's going great. Having a great time at the Parahistory Con Part 2.
Now you've been doing some work with John Tobin.
I have. John's a dear friend, as is Chip, and Chip was part of our last film, Bombus Alien Invasion, and John and Chip are both in A Grim Becoming, our next feature.
Now, tell our fans now what you do. You are the...
I'm an executive producer, co-owner, and I'm an actor at Deftone Picture Studios out of Western New York. And our film coming out this year is A Grim Becoming. It's a comedy horror film. A lot of people didn't realize it was a comedy.
There's comedy and horror.
Yeah, well, there's comedy at the Paranormal Convention. I can tell you that much.
That's right.
Especially on the dance floor last night, if you were here.
Boy,
You paranormal people can get down. I got to tell you. But A Grim Becoming is a dark comedy, horror comedy about a young, handsome, wealthy executive that sees a Grim Reaper taking a soul by accident. And if you see a Grim Reaper taking a soul, you have to become a Grim Reaper, and it's the comic lengths that he goes to retain his humanity.
Now, was that John Tobin playing that role?
No, it was not. It was interesting because we reached out and we hired, it was our most ambitious project. We hired the A-list for horror. We got Bill Oberst, who was Abraham Lincoln versus the Zombies, and recently in Criminal Minds, and many, many, many movies. Jessica Cameron from Truth or Dare, Devaney Penn, Lynn Lowry, Melantha Blackthorne, the list goes on. But in addition to that, we have so many close friends in the paranormal.
Right.
And you got to face it, we're all entertainers. You would not be standing here with people listening to you if you were boring. We're all entertainers.
Absolutely.
And casted John Tobin in a wonderful role, as well as Chip Reichenthal. Britt Griffith from Ghost Hunters has a large role in it,
awesome.
as does several other paranormal people, many more. And boy, did we have fun.
It sounds like it.
We had a ball.
Now, when's this movie coming out?
It's we're looking for a release of probably late July of this year.
Now, are you playing this movie tomorrow?
We are not. We're showing Bombus Alien Invasion, which we're excited about, which is going to have distribution on video on demand worldwide.
Okay.
In August, and it'll be available for purchase at least Walmart.
Okay, cool.
In time for October. So it's nice to know that all our hard work, at least some people are going to get to enjoy it.
Yeah, sounds good. I can't wait to see the movie.
Me either. I got to tell you, Grim Becoming, we're showing a clip tomorrow, and I haven't seen any of it, and I'm thrilled to see what the flavor of the movie's going to be.
So now I hear there's another one a project that you're working on.
We are. It's called Them, the Horrific Evil Monsters. It's a creature feature, and it's going to star Joe Chin, and Christine Downs, and many, many talented actors. It's going to be a SAG project, Screen Actors Guild, which is a big step up for us. It's going to give us the opportunity in Buffalo, New York, to make many actors and people SAG eligible.
That's awesome.
Which is really hard, and that's the step up to get where you want to be as an actor.
So you don't have to go to California.
No, you don't. That's right.
That's awesome. Hey, Mike, thanks.
Oh, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for learning how to say my name.
Yeah, I've been working on it. It's taken me a year, but I finally got it.
You guys have a great group.
Now we're going to...
Hey, you cut him off.
No, I didn't.
And we're back. That was Mike Sabrasi he's the executive producer of Deftone Pictures.
Yes, he is.
Really nice guy.
Very nice guy.
Now, that was a fun conference.
Yeah, it was.
Everybody, I think, had a good time. I guess if I had any complaint at all, but the food was a little slow coming out, and was a little.
Well, I didn't eat there, so.
I ate a salad.
I didn't either.
But I mean, I guess if I had any complaints, and I guess it's not because I don't know. It was just getting food was kind of slow.
And then I heard about the price, and I was just like, no, I'm not paying that much for salad.
Well, because it was the Fort William Henry selling the food. It wasn't anything to do with the conference.
No.
They had a bar back there, and they were serving drinks, and if you wanted food, you could order it at the bar. And it took them like 45 minutes or 50 minutes just to get a salad.
There were a lot of people there, though.
There were a lot of people there, but so there wasn't really a place to eat other than there. So, but I'm not complaining. It was just, that's what it was.
Yeah.
If I had a complaint, that would be the only one, but that's a very small complaint.
It was a great day overall,
It was a great day.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, if this happens again next year, there is no way I'm not going.
Yeah, me either, because it was fantastic.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, but unless somebody picks up the torch.
Unless somebody picks up the torch for Lake George, which I'm really hoping somebody does. Because I'm sure whoever picks it up, I'm sure John could give him all of his notes and all of his contacts and stuff. I'm sure he would do that for whoever picks up that almighty torch, because I can't do it. It's just too far away. And we have our own thing that we're doing here. Of course, so does John Tobin. He's a busy guy. I think he's just taking a little time off for his family.
Yeah, probably.
And I don't blame him there. After doing this, I think it really takes a lot of... Well, he was in the movies and stuff. He did the movie.
Between the movies and
I think it's
touring to talk. And
took a lot of time out of his personal life.
Yeah.
So I don't blame him.
Yeah.
And other than that, we had a really, really good time. We we took the scenic route home because of somebody's dumb phone.
Well, my cell phone, I don't know, it was default setting to avoid tolls, and it took us way...
It not only avoided tolls, it avoided roads with more than one lane.
Yeah,
it avoided roads that...
It was two-lane roads.
Yeah, it avoided roads that had speed limits of more than 35 miles an hour.
Yeah, it was called Deary.
Yeah,
was that what it's called?
Yeah. Well, we just made up that name. That's
not
okay.
Yeah, it's a woman's voice, and we always said it's Deary. It's Siri's retarded sister.
Because it was funny.
Oh my God!
Yeah, because I don't have an iPhone.
It would tell us to go. She would be telling us to go bear left, and the road is to the right. And
it's like, and then it shows to the right.
Yeah, like I'm listening to her, and I'm taking the wrong way, and Dan's going, no, not there. But she's saying go left, but no, it's supposed to go right. And it's like, we got lost.
Well, not too bad.
Albany, and I have to say this one thing. Albany is I won't say the word, but it's a son of a gun.
To navigate through,
Albany
if you're not familiar,
tough. Yeah, I don't think we've driven, even using our TomTom last year, we still got lost. We missed a turn.
Well,
they come up on you so fast.
And that one intersection, it was like a fork in the road with like 4 or 5 roads of
going in different directions.
Yeah,
and
you could turn right. There's like a veer right. There's straight. There's like a veer left and a turn left. Like and all just like all.
Yeah, you had a 1 in 4 shot of getting it right.
Yeah.
Of course we didn't, but we did finally get there, and we did finally get home.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it wasn't too bad. We survived it. It was fun.
We did not get much sleep the night before the conference, though.
No. I got a few minutes. We can talk about this. I did exactly what I said I wouldn't do, and that's drink. So we all went down and crashed the VIP party, and we were buying drinks and drinking beer, and we were drinking up in the room because I brought a 30-pack of beer with me.
So yeah, we were pre-gaming it in the
room. We pre-gamed it down up in the room, and then we went down there and topped off.
Yeah.
And so we come back to the room, and me and Will come back first. I leave Dan my key. So he could get in the room. Will had the fold out. I had a bed. Dan had a bed.
Yeah.
And we're in bed. We're trying to get to sleep, and pretty soon Dan's beating on the door. Boom, boom. We're like, you have a key? And he's like, no, I don't. And he said, it's in your pocket. Oh, and so after waking us up and stumbling in, tripping over. And he's like, it's freezing in here. And we're like, we know it's freezing in here. We had this thing blowing ice cold air out of the window. A heater thing under the window. But I think it was on air conditioning. Here it is. We're all...
earlier in the night, I was like kicking it and pushing buttons and...
trying to get it to work or warm up.
Yeah, this is when I was like still mostly sober.
This is what happens when 3 guys stay in a room and they drink, because none of us were sober enough to figure out that there was actually a thermostat on the wall. All we had to do was walk over and turn it up.
Yeah, turn the thermostat
It
up.
would have been nice and warm in there. No, we're trying to sleep in bed all night. And it's like, I swear to God, it was 40 degrees in there.
Yeah, well, because it's kicking out cold air. It wasn't
I mean, I got a very sensitive throat to cold, so if I had sleep in really cold air, I lose my voice. So I get up in the morning, I'm like all raspy, I can't talk, and
finally at 5 a.m. We got up. I think I got up and turned it off at 5 a.m. when we were all
finally figured out how to. We all sobered up enough to figure out there was a thermostat
on the wall. Yeah.
Well,
because most hotels you can control it right from the.
Well, earlier we were too busy kicking field goals.
Yeah, we were kicking field goals with the empty beer box.
Yeah, and I think Lori's boyfriend is the only one that actually got one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We really sucked at it.
That's all right.
But we had fun.
Yeah.
And I think Lori's calling me right now.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, it is.
Well, we have to kind of start
wrapping up anyways.
Yeah.
You're listening to Let's Talk Ghost, and you can listen to us every week at www.letstalkghost.com. You can also find us on Facebook. Just search for Let's Talk Ghost. You can find us on Twitter. Search for Let's Talk Ghost. We're also on DTM Wicked Radio every Sunday night between 8 and 9 o'clock. And now we are on iHeartRadio. You search for DTM Wicked Radio, and you can find us under their listings. And I think that's about it. Oh, we got one more. We're also here. Let me do a little wave. We're also every week you'll find us on YouTube. We are currently videotaping all of our I guess, however you want to say it, all of our shows now.
Recording our shows on video. Yes.
And placing them on YouTube. And, I mean, we don't do much. I think I did the baby dance earlier.
You did. And I'm working on ironing out the kinks. Like, I had issues getting... I'm trying to put the shows on Sunday, but I had an issue with this last show that I put on there.
Well, we're just trying to reach another audience.
Yeah.
But it did go on.
Well, yeah. Show 91 I had a lot of issues with because... our song was in one of their databases, something.
So what'd you end up doing, cutting it out?
No,
it's still on there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
I clicked some things.
And other than that, we are basically here every week. That's it.
Yeah, well, and Beepers over there.
Go ahead, Will.
You can find us at bpirsparanormal.com. You can find us on Twitter at bpirsparanormal.com. YouTube at bpirsparanormal.com, and you can search for us on Facebook at Binghamton Paranormal Investigation Research Society.
Awesome.
Don't you guys have a YouTube
awesome
channel
sauce.
too? Huh? Don't you guys have a YouTube channel too?
Yeah, I did mention YouTube.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
And
must have not been paying attention.
Now we are we have set a date for the Paranormal Picnic. It is July 26th. It's for anybody that is a member of a paranormal group.
Or involved in the paranormal
Or involved
field.
in the paranormal field if you are like
Authors,
writing
psychics.
a book or have a radio show, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
And the whole deal is Let's Talk Ghost crew. We are supplying the meat. We're going to practice this year. I think just going to be hot dogs, hamburgers. I haven't decided, maybe Speedies or sausage or something.
Yeah.
And everybody has to bring a dish to pass appropriately sized for your group. And other than that, anything else, Will?
Nope.
Oh, we do have room. The camp where we're going to have the picnic at, there is room for camping.
Yeah.
If you own a camper, bring a camper. If you own a tent, bring a tent.
Yep.
And if you don't have a camper or a tent, there are motels and hotels nearby in beautiful downtown Owego.
Yep.
And anything else, Dan?
No, that's about it.
That's about it. So with that said, we will see you all on the next investigation.